Hi, survivors. It's me, Prepper Zan, reporting to you. Hope you're doing well because what's going on in this world is not. Now, today, I want to talk to you guys about um, this is really for the Patreon survivalism class, and if I'm sharing it on my regular platform, this is for you guys to see the kind of content that I bring on the Patreon survivalism classes, the Patreon platform, and we do survivalism classes every single week, sometimes twice a week, and I think it's important these days and times for us to regain our independence, get ourselves off the grid, including me, even though I do have land, but I do need to all the way get off the grid. I'm practicing what I'm preaching with y'all in regards to being self-reliant, in regards to purifying my water, in regards to having a lot of food storage, in regards to building on a homestead, um, to totally get off the system, y'all, because it's no good. And I'm saying allegedly, but I don't like it. I don't like anything dealing with it. I think it's all corrupt. I think it's evil. I think it makes us complacent and lazy. People back in the day, they took care of themselves. They knew where their food was coming from. It's coming from their backyard. It's coming from their front yard. It's coming from their peach trees, their pecan trees. This is how I grew up, in Texas. But I want to talk to you guys today briefly in regards to how the Amish live. Y'all, we can really learn a lot from their way of life. I'm speaking of the Amish, what they believe in, how they come together, pull together as a community. They have all the different people that they need in their community. They even have their own language that nobody else know about, unless you're in that community where you know how to speak their language and how to understand it and whatnot. But their way of life is we would want to really learn how they live, y'all, because they live very, very frugal and they produce everything themselves. You don't see these Amish out here in the market going to spend all their hard-earned money on food and going to these furniture stores. They make their own furniture, which is really good furniture, and it's a really good texture, and it's a really good it has a long life. It lasts a long time. It's really strong. That's what I'm trying to say. And they make their own products. So let's learn a lot about the Amish today, as much as we can. Y'all must start it off, but you guys also do your due diligence and try to adapt a lot of their lifestyle right now, because it would help you, I'm telling you, tremendously. Help us tremendously on saving money, on your oneness with God, because they're very spiritual people. They believe in one God, and and they're community people. This is why I'm learning different language. I know a lot of Spanish because in my community, for some reason, and I'm not talking about my current community, I'm talking about me as a black woman. I'm half Native American and half black. I come from Indian ancestry and African American and African ancestry. But a lot of our people here in this country, because all the stuff that, I don't want to put no blame on nothing, but a lot of our people don't stick together, and this is unfortunate in the black community. It's a lot of jealousy. It's a lot of violence. It's a lot of black on black who killing one another. We go crazy when there's another color that kill black people, which you should, but you should go even crazy when it's another person that's your same color in your same community killing you. So I had to learn different languages when I moved to New York so I could be around a community of people who were like-minded and who stick together. I wasn't going to be waiting for certain people in my community to stick together. I did for a long time when I was getting older, and I was like, I can't do this. I have people in my family who even know how to speak Korean, because even in their communities, they stick together. I have a person in my family who's half Korean and half black. And because they learned the Korean language, they were able to get with other Korean people and form community-based organizations and help one another. Anyway, back to the Amish. They're really strongly in community, very strongly in community, very close to God, produce everything on their own. They have I mean, one time I was traveling, I was on a bus. They always travel on the bus, and they didn't even have phones. And when they got to their destination, they were asking people if they could use their phones, and that's how they kind of stay away from the whole technology thing, and we grasp to it. We don't even know the effects that it have on us. They're out the cities. They have their own water supply, their own food supply. So anyway, the Amish believe in one God. They believe that their faith calls for them to lead a lifestyle that consists of hard work and discipline. In addition to discipline and hard work, their religion also calls for them to lead a lifestyle in which they practice humility, calmness, and placidity. Humility, calmness. Y'all, I know since we attached to this grid, a lot of us, and we have to constantly go out here. That's why a lot of people in the prepping community, everybody's tripping because they're trying to figure out what they're going to do because everybody got so used to going out here depending on other people for things that we need to be producing on our own. Them people not worried about that. You don't see them going to these prepping channels and all that, trying to learn different strategies and different things, survivalism techniques to survive. They already have everything they need right in their own community. It goes on to say, Amish life revolves around the home, and much of their time is spent together working on their property. They own their own properties. They own their own communities. They out the cities, y'all. You're not going to find an Amish in the city. Think about it. Have you ever seen an Amish person in the city? Not really. In the mornings, children immediately get to work on their morning chores. This is what I'm saying. They teach their children at a young age to not be lazy. Get up, do your chores, work in the field, work in the yard. A lot of y'all sending y'all kids, a lot of us, well, not me, because I taught my kid from home. A lot of people, they send their kids straight to the school to learn stuff that the school want them to learn. You have to teach your children as well. Then it says, so they do chores such as milking the cows, feeding their livestock, gathering eggs, and cleaning up the animal pens. It's just a lot of great things about the Amish. People with the mutation live to be 85 on average. This is how long the Amish live, 85 and up. Significantly longer than their predicated average lifespan of 71 for Amish in general, which hasn't changed much over the last century. The age range of Amish in the study was 18 to 85, with the average age of carriers 44 and the unaffected 46 years old. What time the Amish go to bed? They believe in rest in their body. The Amish stay up after dark, but they do go to bed early, typically between 9 and 9:30 p.m. in the summer, and more like 8:30, 9 p.m. in the winter. Most people start work around 5:30 a.m. This is why they go to bed early, because they get up early. And so they're often up by 4:45. And I heard that the early bird always catch the worm. Most Amish are experienced tradesmen, and their quality wares are in demand. Many of the Amish who choose not to farm go into skilled trades like furniture building, construction, and metal parts manufacturing. Weisner said these products are often sold to those outside the Amish community. They totally rely on themselves. They totally live off the land. They have their own water supply. They don't have to depend on the public water system. They have their own foods. A lot of the women are, prepare the foods for the Amish. And this basically, the reason why they're so healthy, they have most of the foods right there on their land. They own their own land. They come together as a community, and they help one another. So y'all, these are some of the tips. We're going to do more classes about the Amish, because I think they're just the ideal people for us to look up to and to study in the prepping community. The Amish, it's just, the way they live, that's what we strive to do in this community, So, yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot about the Amish today. We're going to do more. And you guys try to do and be as self-reliant as you possibly can. We all need to get off the grid. We all need to stop depending on the system. It's ugly. It's just ugly. And you guys, please follow me on my other platforms. And if you're, if I do share this on my other page, please follow me on my Patreon, which is what this video is intended for survivalism classes every single week. Follow me on other platforms. The links will be in the description. If you're looking for land, if you're looking for bug out areas, if you're looking for survivalism gear, radiation suits, potassium iodide tablets, and other things for survivalism, you can also find that on my website. Watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water, boil your water before you use it, and keep surviving.